How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews back with yet another review. A little bit of Kriek time, and a little bit of Lambic time in the form of 3 Dre, whatever you want to call it, because they're both right. There's no reason to argue over it. So 3 Fonteinen or Trey Fonteinen, whatever you want to call it, it is their Oude Kriek 2017. I have had a bunch of these beers. I've never reviewed one though. I get them, usually drink them at parties and stuff like that. It's not something I typically review, but I'm kind of in the mood for one. Figured I'd crack something, and yeah, here we go. As far as what it says on here, like I said, the big 3, the 3 Fonteinen, we're going to call it from here on. So if you hate that, then it sucks for you. 5.7% alcohol by volume, a bottling date of June 14, 2017. It is July 3rd, day before 4th of July in the United States, so it's a bit over a year old. And the back here, it says 3 Fonteinen Oude Kriek is a result of maturating hand-picked whole sour cherries on Lambic. All natural fruit with no artificial juices, syrups, or sugars added, bottle fermented, unfiltered, and unpasteurized. Blend number 33, season 16-17. This particular Oude Kriek has maturated for 6.5 months. Shelton Brothers import, done and done. Yeah, beautiful bottle. You know what I mean? They got the hand kind of screen printing to just, the kind of stickers they have on it, the whole nine. Just an absolutely beautiful bottle. So there you go. Give it a whirl, pop her open, see what she's got. Yeah, I was just in a mood. Like, I'm doing a 4th of July party tomorrow. Kind of wanted something that's kind of sit and relax and watch a little bit of Westworld, actually. And I think this will do the trick nicely. Okay. Give you guys the proper pour. When I say proper pour, I say my pour. People's out there will bitch about me getting sediment in here and all that kind of shit, so I don't give a fuck. One of the most hated videos I've done was when I did Cantillon Kriek. People are like, "You're not doing it right." You know what? I'll do it however I want. Now, what do we have right here? Just rich red, kind of raspberry, cherry, kind of strawberry quick, like kind of beautifulness to it. Soft, subtle haze. There's a bit more murk going to be in this bottle. You can actually see it even clean the sides there. There's going to be a bit more when I actually throw it in at the end, because I'm going to do that and see how the taste changes to everybody's dismay. But yeah, she just looks like a rich red fruited kind of beer. Pretty. Let's put it that way. See if we get a nose. Yeah, I mean, it's cherries all the way. But it's cherries that when they talk about doing the whole macerated cherry thing, it comes off that way. It's not just fleshiness. It's not just skinniness. It's the whole cherry. It's almost like you're getting the stems. No, you're getting the seeds. You're getting the whole bits and pieces of the cherry. So there's not just kind of sweetness, this kind of maraschino kind of candiedness to it. I can sometimes get that from some of the even more popular kind of Kriek based beers, but age tends to tame this. This being a year old, it's not that old, so there's a nice rich sweety maltiness to it. It doesn't come off overly powerful or overly crazy. I mean, it's 5.7%, so it's not a big beer, but there's a nice balance to it. And on the edge of it, it smells like there's even a soft kind of, just that soft, ever so slight bit of kind of bittering that bounce off everything. From the fruit to the malt, the little bit of the maybe, I'm sure they use kind of old, just ghetto cheesy hops in there. It's kind of just making everything kind of soft and balanced around the edges, while at the same time being impactful. It's not a soft beer, but it's soft in the way it. How do I put this? Volume. I have a home theater. And I, a projector and surround sound and all that stuff, and people always go, "You might love shit loud." Not necessarily. I like stuff to be at a volume. I appreciate stuff to be at. I like a little bit of impact, but I want it to be. I want it to fill the room. I want it to be all encompassing, while at the same time having a bit of impact. So when people when I bring them down and actually watch something that is technically louder, it doesn't come off loud. It just comes off a bit more softer on the edges while at the same time being impactful. That's the whole analogy I was going for. Yeah, pick a weird home theater analogy. That'll land. Yeah, she smells beautiful. Super drinkable. Nothing even close to being sour. Just a slight funk to it. Ever so slightest bit of funk. So we're diving in. Cheers. Oh yeah. I don't remember the last time I had this. I've had a bunch of these. Wow, that's super seedy earthiness in there. But I've had a bunch of these over the past couple of years. I had lucky enough friends fly back and forth between Belgium, lucky enough to share. I don't remember the last time I had a Kriek. I don't remember him being this puckeringly tart. It's kind of pleasant. It's kind of surprising in a good way. So you kind of go to swallow. At first you're like, okay, you're readying yourself for that slight funky cherry. I always get this rich kind of raspberry off a lot of these kind of younger kind of lambic beers too. So you get this kind of red, rich fruit led the way by those cherries. I'm expecting to be a little bit less. I want to use tart because I don't want to go acidic. I don't think it's overly acidic. It has acid to it, obviously, but it's not crazy. It's drinkable. But then it gives you that pop the same way like an unsweetened kind of lemonade does when you forget to put the kind of sugar sweetness in it. They're like, oh, that's super tart in a fun way. After that tartness starts to drop out, that's where all that kind of real fleshy, real bits and pieces, flesh, skin, seediness, the fruit kind of takes hold in those cherries, those whole cherries. It's like, it's so grainy and so, what's the word I used before? I totally forgot it. It's so earthy. The way it comes off, it's so legit, like of the earth in that sense, that it's like you can't help but enjoy it unless that you find that to be overbearing. I think it actually lends a kind of romantic kind of vibe to the beer, and that lingers. That earthy bit and pieces of those, every portion of that cherry kind of lingers with a soft sweetness, and ever kind of even, not even on your tongue, like almost on the back of your throat and your chest, you just have that kind of soft tartness kind of floating around there. So it's a very impactful beer from the tip of your tongue all the way down to almost, it feels like down to your belly. You can actually still feel it, which is pretty fun. Yeah, it's nice. I like it. Is it what I was in the mood for tonight? Oddly enough, no. I wanted something a bit more aged. I should have pulled something that was older. That's just me. I wanted something a little bit softer, not as tart, but I think it was a pleasant surprise. It's nice. I'm enjoying it. And it's a nice, beautiful beer. Tasty, delicious. I'm digging it. I just want some age on it, to be perfectly honest with you. Call me an age whore, an aged junkie, but to me, in 5 years, this is going to be a markedly better beer. While it is quite nice now, I think it will just turn into something absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I dig it. It's nice, but at the same time, I just know what it tastes like when it's older. And that's just kind of my jam. Yo. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just that big kind of fruit component from cherries, kind of like raspberries, rich red fruits, all abounding. Bigger in the nose, then you kind of get it at the get, but then it's quickly replaced with a big biting kind of tartness. Then it's followed with a nice, rich, kind of all-encompassing cherryness with that leading its way with that earthy kind of graininess from the beer itself, and from the yeast, and from the bits and pieces of the cherries. I assume the whole bits and pieces of the beer coming through. It's a nice ride. It's a fun ride, but definitely something for me. Honestly, is better more year 5 than it is year 1. That's just me. So there you go. Let's talk about it as one of the better Lambic that I've had as of late. Yeah, it's still in there. Just not one of the best. Value and availability. I forget what I paid for. It wasn't that bad. It was more than 10, less than 20. Yeah. And leave you with, if you like what, will you like this? If you like Kriek, if you like Lambic, if you like big, earthy, kind of cherry bits and pieces all throughout your beer, you definitely give this a whirl. And it'll definitely give you proper. If you like a beer, if you come across these kind of beers, these are beers you definitely drink just as one, even if you don't like it, just to kind of experience it again over time, just to see how, one, this beer changes over time, two, to see how you change over time. Because, you give this to somebody, from taste to look to the whole nine, somebody's not into beer, they're probably not going to like it. 5-10 years from now, it could be a markedly different thing. So it's a nice journey beer. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there, if you want to talk about it, Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the wholesome social media stuff, Beer Massive. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting stuff. And hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully enjoying a nice little Oude Kriek from 3 or Dre Fontaine. And Fonteinen, sorry. And hopefully you guys see you next time. Cheers.